Today I want to talk about something I've posted in my new Facebook group. And I'm sure if you've been into your health and wellness journey for a while, you've probably seen these graphs or charts talking about your metabolism, your total calorie expenditure, and how it actually works in your body. And I want to just put my 2 cents on it. So I brought up a little chart in front of me. The one I'm looking at, it's actually a pie chart. You can check out my Facebook group if you want to look at it. But in this chart, it shows just averages for a normal person of your total calorie consumption. Where are these calories going? And for 60% of this chart is your basal metabolic rate, your metabolism. And what that means is for all the work you've put into your body, all the lean muscle tissue you have on it, how much does your body burn just at rest, lying on a bed? And I talk about that all the time and how weightlifting helps put on more lean muscle tissue with the help of protein. You boost that BMR up, and then it's just working for you nonstop. It's just like putting your money in investments and letting your money work for you. For the rest of this chart, there's something called NEAT, diet-induced thermogenesis, and then exercise. You all know what exercise is. So your BMR, you're lying on your bed at rest, not thinking, not doing anything. That's what your body's burning, just living in this world. Then your NEAT is all the simple stuff, walking, talking, thinking, brushing your teeth. And then you have your diet-induced thermogenesis. So it's anything you're putting in your body that causes your body to react to it, to burn and consume that food. That takes energy to do that. And obviously I've done talks and charts where protein obviously takes the most to break down, then probably actually alcohol, which is not the greatest for other reasons. And then fiber, then fats, and then non-fibrous carbohydrates being at the very bottom. So that's kind of the whole thing. The more protein you eat, you're getting that thermogenesis going. That thermogenesis for your diet is only 6% of your total calorie expenditure for the day. And then hopefully exercise is different for everyone, but in this chart it says 12%. Obviously you can increase that. And exercise would just be anything, not just a simple walk around the block, something a little bit longer, more strenuous, hiking, weightlifting, boxing, you name it. So, I've seen on social media, a lot of people saying exercise is the one you need to really attack. But okay, so in this chart, for example, it's 12%, your BMR is taking 60% of the work. There's only 40% left, and you're fighting for how much of that pie you're going to push. So basically you're taking exercise and stealing out from the NEAT category, which is okay. But in my world of being over 40, how much damage do you want to do to your body? And do you still have that drive and motivation to do all these crazy HIIT workouts, CrossFit, boxing? And if that's you, that's great. But for me, I want to protect my body, my spine, my joints. I like doing the bare minimum of everything and letting your BMR do all the work for you. So if I am going to spend time doing exercise, mine is going to be slow building lean muscle tissue, getting that protein. So I double dip in those categories, the exercise category, and then the diet-induced thermogenesis, and with fiber. So now I'm burning up, my body's using energy to burn up what I'm eating. I'm putting on lean muscle tissue to increase that BMR, hopefully from 60% to 65%. And then I'm getting the goals I want without having to do anything as far as increasing exercise category. Not to say that you should not do that. I'm just saying don't waste all your waking moments focusing on, I need to hit the streets or hit the gym 7 days a week. It's just not worth it anymore being over 40. Another note I would like to touch on is a couple episodes back about should you count calories, and fast forwarding to the end, eventually, doesn't have to be your main focus, and it shouldn't be. It should be on all your health and wellness buckets, as I put them: weight, diet, exercise, sleep, inflammation, supplementation, and stress. And there's a lot of people out there that say, none of this matters. It's calories in, calories out. That's all that matters. And that is true. But what they're not telling you is if you don't work on some of those buckets that I mentioned, your sleep, your stress, some of your diet, that going back to calories in, calories out, they're having you look at a calculator, which you should, to see how many calories you should eat in a day to lose weight or gain weight. And to get your BMR, you're probably using calculators for that as well, which is not accurate. And not only that, you're saying how much exercise you're doing in those calculators and saying how many calories you're burning. And most likely you're not accurate on that as well. So that's why a lot of people get stuck of, why isn't this working? Well, the inputs aren't that great. Then you get something like this, a Whoop, that gives you a little bit more intel on there. Still not exact. And what I mean by that is, say you've got all your calculations, you got your Whoop, everything's good, you know exactly how many calories you're burning for your workouts. You're counting all your calories. This should be calories in, calories out. However, you're not sleeping well. You're stressed out of your mind. So your cortisol levels and other hormones are all out of whack. You have inflammation. Your gut's not working that great. So even all the food that you're eating is just not being absorbed and it's passing right through. And what that does is it slows your metabolism down. Well, I can't give you an exact number. You know, that's not my specialty of field, but I've been in this business long enough to see that is an issue. And part of the theory of this metabolism slowing is that when you have some of these stressors, these hormonal imbalances, you have gut inflammation, things aren't going right, your body goes in kind of a survival mode. So what's one thing it can do is slow down your metabolism to make sure that you're in it for the long haul, just in case you're dying. So these are things that are out of your control. Your brain and your body do these things, lowers your metabolism down. Like I said, I can't give you an exact number, but this is why these calculators, calorie counting, your BMR, are sometimes can get off if you don't work on some of these issues. I personally have seen when my body's just been inflamed, I didn't know I had some of these allergies for foods. Nothing was working to get me to the next level. And as soon as I took care of that, okay, now we're back on track. All my calorie trackers and BMR calculators were working and I was starting to lose weight a little bit. And so I know firsthand, and I've seen it with my clients as well, that these things do matter. And that's the only thing I can pinpoint is that your body can downregulate its own BMR and metabolism to put you in that survival mode. So you got to get out of it and then everything starts working. So just say, for an example, my BMR is around 1900. Anything I do for exercise boosts it up to like 2300. So for me to lose weight, I'm going to have like 1800 calories, right? But say I'm not sleeping well. I've got crazy inflammation going on. I've got this Whoop tracker on, so I know what my workouts are doing. But with all those issues I just mentioned, imagine my BMR not being 1900, it being more like 1200. Well, so that calories in, calories out, and all these calculators now are meaningless because my BMR just shot down to 1000 or 1200. I'm eating 1800 calories, thinking that I'm burning 2500, and now I'm stuck in a surplus of calories, and now I'm gaining weight again. So that's where I think a lot of people are putting out this stuff on social media aren't giving you every little detail, and I can't either. We don't have a device we can throw into our gut to see how that's going and how inflammation's going and get an accurate reading on what our BMR actually is. So you can only do is use these calculators, use these type of technologies, see how things are going for a few weeks, and then tweak it. It's called low-level biohacking. No, you're not taking any crazy supplements that are just brand new or steroids or anything like that. You're just taking information that you got and then slowly making adjustments every 3 weeks to every month and working on all those other things I mentioned, your sleep, your stress, your diet, your inflammation, because those are what's going to start pounding at your BMR, your metabolism, and it's going to make all your calculators off. So you start cleaning these things up, you start fixing your body. Now all these calculators and these pieces of tech are giving you more accurate information and you'll start seeing results. So that's all I got. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to always shoot me an email. I always love more ideas to put more content out there. I've been in this business for 15, 16 years now. And, I spend all my waking time on doing everything I do in fitness more efficient and with more quality with less work. That's what I'm all about. So please check out my show notes. I always have a free Zoom consultation that I give to everyone just to see if I can't point you in the right direction. Other than that, thanks for listening. I'll catch you on the next one. If you've been listening to my podcast for a while, you know that I've moved down here to San Diego and I'm actually going to be training at one of my local gyms. So in this process, you got to do the Yelp and Google reviews to get some action going. And what I'd like to do is ask my audience if anyone out there would be so gracious enough to leave me a 5-star Google review to help build my local training clients. If you love the show or have had any results from listening, please click on the show notes for my link to get to these Google reviews, as it is hard even to find me by searching for over 40 fitness hacks on Google Maps currently. Thank you once again, and I hope you love the show. If you'd like a little bit of help checking out your diet and your current routine, I'd be happy to help. I always do a free 15-minute Zoom consultation for anyone, no strings attached, just to see if I can help point you in the right direction. So if you're interested, check out the show notes. The link is at the top.